Bonjour à tous. Merci d'être des nôtres. Let me begin by recognizing that we are on the traditional land of the Algonquin people. We acknowledge them as past, present, and future caretakers of this land. Canada is a place defined by people who serve those around them, who tackle big challenges with hope and determination, and above all, who never stop working to build a brighter tomorrow. In other words, people like Mary Simon. Frankly, we need more leaders like Ms. Simon in high office, people who understand what it means to take on real issues and create positive change. And that's exactly what brings us here today. This morning, I can announce that on my recommendation, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II has approved the appointment of Ms. Mary Simon as the 30th Governor-General of Canada. Originaire du Nunavik, dans le nord du Québec, Madame Simon a passé sa vie à travailler au nom de ceux qui l'entourent. Au cours des dernières années, elle a été présidente du Comité national sur l'éducation des Inuits et, avant cela, présidente de l'Inuit Tapiriit Kanatami. Tout au long de sa carrière, que ce soit dans la protection d'Inuit Nunangat, Arctique, comme défenseuse des droits et de la culture des Inuits, ou comme animatrice de radio avec CBC, Madame Simon a fait preuve de service dévoué. Je sais que Madame Simon donnera vie à sa vision d'un Canada plus fort pour tous lorsqu'elle occupera cette haute fonction. De ses années d'expérience aux nombreux honneurs qu'elle a reçus, Mme Simon lutte depuis longtemps pour un pays juste et équitable pour tous. Ms. Simon's career of leadership and service has always been one of breaking down barriers. She was the first Inuk to hold a position as a Canadian ambassador, representing Canada as both the ambassador of circumpolar affairs and as our ambassador to Denmark. Madame Simon a travaillé à la mise en œuvre de la première politique sur les revendications territoriales du Canada pour la baie James et le nord du Québec. And now we are honored to have Ms. Simon as Canada's first Indigenous Governor-General. Canada is a big country. Canada is a diverse country. So it is only by reaching out to those around us, it is only by building bridges between people in the north and south, just like in the east and west, that we can truly move forward. Mary Simon has done that throughout her life. I know she will help continue paving that path ahead, and we will all be stronger for it. Today, after 154 years, our country takes a historic step. I cannot think of a better person to meet the moment. With that, it is a true honor to introduce Canada's Governor-General designate, Ms. Mary Simon. Mary.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Prime Minister. First, I just want to say a few words in Inuktitut, so if anybody has a translator. So, urlako ilunasi urlumi nakomero mayunga Canada angayo kamaringanik tako hausriyangit urlumi pimmariumata Canada sibulipami nunakakasi mayumik inumik inutuinamik dilijimata tatsamunga Governor-General of Canada tayo yumut inihakneara matana nakomero tiyaratatsaminga Prime Minister mik. So I just to say that in English, I would like to thank the Prime Minister for such a warm and thoughtful introduction and for this very historic opportunity. I would like to acknowledge today also that we are standing on the unceded territory of the Algonquin people, who have lived on these lands and waters for thousands of years. Let me begin by conveying in the strongest possible terms that I am honored, humbled, and ready to be Canada's first Indigenous Governor-General. I would also like to thank Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth for placing her trust and confidence in me to represent her in this wonderful country of ours. I can confidently say that my appointment is a historic and inspirational moment for Canada and an important step forward on the long path towards reconciliation. This is a moment that I hope all Canadians feel part of, because my appointment reflects our collective progress towards building a more inclusive, just and equitable society. Inuktitut na lang ang mga mamana, kindaw mga hawye mayaw walwak sungami sunukisiyan ni ilangin na hawye mayaw ng mami sa mga Mary May Simon nguyunga, Mary May mi ate kakatulak si mayunga inusutusunga, amalo inuktitut ate ka ningiukalak. Quebec mi ukioktato mi nunahaktunga, mana nunavimik tayo sungulaktok. Ananaga inulak si mayok inutuin na suni, halunati to kayakani. Amalo atataga halunangot suni, halunanungan ni pisi mayok. Ang ayok kakayaw hatalak si mayok Hudson Bay Company kunun. Pirok sa sunga tamani nunavimi si mayong atay mangani amalo inusara inuktitut piusibun ni atok sunga pirok si mayunga. So permit me a moment to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born Mary Jeannie May. My Inuk name is Ningiukarlak in Arctic Quebec, now known as Nunavik. My mother was Inuk and my father was from the south, was manager of the local Hudson Bay Company post. I spent my adolescence in Nunavik, living a very traditional lifestyle. Many months out of the year, we camped and lived on the land, hunted, fished, and gathered food, and maintained an active connection with our Inuit heritage and language. Part of my cultural tradition as an Inuk are the strong bonds that are created across the generations. My grandmother Ginny and my mother Nancy were my teachers and mentors, and these influences continue today. They both instilled in me a boundless energy for learning, self-improvement, and helping my community. They also taught me to always be proud of who I am and to keep my mind open to other points of view. From my father, I learned about the South and the non-native world, from a man who had a profound love and respect for the North, its people and its natural beauty. Combined with these experiences, allowed me to be a bridge between the different lived realities that together make up the tapestry of Canada. I can relate to all people, no matter where they live, what they hope for, or what they need to overcome. As time passed, my work often took me south. I spent my adult life fighting for Indigenous and human rights, pushing for increased access for health care and access for mental health services, and working hard to build better educational outcomes for our children. So it's fair to say I've grown up twice, once in the northern Canada and once in southern Canada. As Governor General, I am fully committed to setting and maintaining the highest possible standard of work and ethic in all aspects of my duties. Je prie te o sérieux mon rôle de défenseur de la diversité culturelle et linguistique qui rend le Canada unique. I take very seriously my role as an ambassador for the cultural and linguistic diversity that makes Canada unique. I do want to be clear about something. My bilingualism is Inuktitut and English. However, based on my experience growing up in Quebec, I was denied the chance to learn French during my time in the federal government day schools. I am deeply committed to continuing my French language studies and plan to conduct the business of the Governor-General in both of Canada's official languages as well as Inuktitut, one of many Indigenous languages spoken across the country. Indeed, my appointment comes at an especially reflective and dynamic time in our shared history. During my time as Governor-General, I will work every day towards promoting healing and wellness across Canadian society. Takani pinasuwakanyak takani Governor-General Ngulunga ulutamatsia pinasuhatolangabunga mamisaknek pichutigilugu ammalu inusakatsiaga harnit Kanatami ulimat ilunalimatsia tatamani Kanatami ungugatta. To me, that means stopping to fully recognize, memorialize, and come to terms with the atrocities of our collective past that we are learning more about each day. It means we must thoughtfully work hard towards the promise of a better tomorrow. I believe we can build a hopeful future in a way that is respectful of what has happened in the past. It means supporting the well-being of people by focusing on our youth and improved educational outcomes for all of our children. It means prioritizing the protection of our natural world so that we can have a healthy climate and planet for generations to come. I believe strongly that if we embrace our common humanity and shared responsibility for one another, Canada's brightest days are yet to come. I am dedicated to doing everything in my power to build and inspire that future. And to all the women and girls out there, please know that we need more of your voices and perspectives in leadership positions across this country. I hope you use my appointment to believe with increased conviction that anything is possible. To the Canadian Armed Forces, I am honored to soon be taking on the role as your new Commander-in-Chief. I want to thank you for your tireless efforts in the fight against COVID-19 here in Canada and your operations being conducted worldwide. I am greatly looking forward to meeting the men and women of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Canadian Rangers during my tenure. There is much to be done. We need and support of all of Canadians and our governments to rebuild strong, healthy families and communities. I would like to close by again thanking the Prime Minister for his commitment to reconciliation and the courage it took to appoint me to the position of Governor-General. I can't wait to roll up my sleeves to embark on our work together, and may wisdom and compassion guide our efforts. Thank you. Merci. Nakormik, Khoyanamik.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett. We'll now take questions from the media.
Bonjour, Raymond Filion de TVA. Si vous pouvez répondre, M. Trudeau, dans les deux langues officielles, anglais et français, j'aimerais savoir si vous avez une entente avec Mme Simon pour un déclenchement d'élection, parce qu'avec sa domination aujourd'hui, tout est en place pour un déclenchement électoral très prochainement. Et à vous, Mme Simon, j'aimerais savoir si vous avez discuté du déclenchement prochain d'une élection avec M. Trudeau, si vous avez une entente avec lui pour le déclenchement d'une élection cet été.
Merci Raymond. Je veux d'abord prendre l'occasion pour remercier le juge en chef Wagner d'avoir si bien rempli les fonctions d'administrateur pendant qu'on n'avait pas de gouverneur général. Il faisait ça en plus de son rôle habituel qui implique beaucoup de travail comme juge en chef de la Cour suprême. Je veux souligner que c'est important et c'est important qu'on ait un gouverneur général, une gouverneure générale en place pour le Canada. Donc, je suis très content d'être ici pour pouvoir annoncer Mme Simon comme notre prochaine gouverneure générale, mais on n'a pas parlé d'élection du tout.
Would you like to answer, Ms. Simon? Did you discuss at all the possibility of dropping the writ in the coming months?
Today is the first day of my appointment, and I have not talked to the Prime Minister about the election. And as a Governor General, I do understand through the briefings and the work that I will do in the future that my parliamentary responsibilities are very important, as are my responsibilities as Commander-in-Chief of the Canadian Forces, and I give due regard to these very important roles. But at this time, I have not talked about the election at all.
Thank you. I want to take the opportunity to first thank Chief Justice Wagner for having fulfilled the role of administrator during a time in which we haven't had a Governor General. It has been something that he has done with his habitual excellence on top of his significant duties as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. I'm very pleased to be announcing Ms. Simon as our next Governor General of this country, but we have not talked elections. Our focus is on this historic day, on how we move forward to make sure that we're bringing Canadians together from coast to coast to coast.
En suivi, M. Trudeau, vous avez beaucoup, vous et votre gouvernement, parlé dernièrement de l'importance de la langue française. Vous nommez aujourd'hui Mme Simon, qui est bilingue, mais qui ne parle pas pour l'instant français. Qu'est-ce que vous répondez à ceux et celles qui risquent d'y voir une grosse contradiction de votre part?
Je comprends que c'est un enjeu sur lequel il va falloir qu'on se penche et que je me suis penché avec ce groupe de Canadiens imminents qui ont fait partie du comité de sélection. Ça fait des mois qu'ils ont travaillé, qu'on a tous travaillé ensemble pour établir un processus et amener de l'avant des noms de Canadiens extraordinaires qui pourraient servir en tant que gouverneur général. Et je suis très content de pouvoir annoncer Mme Simon comme prochaine gouverneure générale. Elle est née au nord du Québec. Sa langue maternelle, c'est l'Inuktitut. Elle a appris une langue seconde, l'anglais, dans l'école fédérale où elle est allée, parce qu'il n'enseignait pas le français dans ces écoles-là dans les années 50. C'est une réalité. Elle comprend tout à fait, parce qu'on a eu des conversations longues là-dessus, comprend tout à fait l'importance de pouvoir bien représenter tous les Canadiens, et c'est pour ça qu'elle s'engage justement à prendre des leçons et apprendre le français. Mais je vais demander à Mme Simon de partager ses réflexions là-dessus, parce qu'on a eu des conversations là-dessus.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Yes, this is a very important question, and I am firmly committed to learning French. I've taken a number of French lessons, and I've always wanted to learn French, but never really had the opportunity because of my work was full-time all my life. But I've worked in Quebec City quite a bit, and it seems to me that because we have common issues to discuss, that we can find ways to get rid of the barrier in terms of language, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to make a commitment. I have made a commitment to learn French, and I'm ready to start any day after my installation to work at Rideau Hall in the 2 official languages. And I'm sure there will be lots of people there that will actually help me learn to speak French.
Good morning, Olivia Stefanovich, CBC News. Mary Simon, congratulations on your appointment. I'm going to direct my question to you, but I'd also like the Prime Minister to reflect on your answer afterwards my question. Mary Simon, how do you view your role in the Crown-Indigenous relationship, especially being an Indigenous person representing the Crown? And if I may, typically a Governor-General has been apolitical and doesn't comment on current events. Do you think that needs to change when it comes to this time we're in, this difficult, challenging, reflective time of reconciliation?
Thank you very much. My role, I understand my role very well. It's apolitical. I'm not appointed as a political person, but I know that there are very important responsibilities associated with my role that will help the working relationship of Canadians and Indigenous people through reconciliation or through other means. And I feel that the cultural differences that we have in our country will go away if we can learn to understand and respect one another. So my role is to be in that work, but not as a political person. So I would not advise, I guess, that the role change at this time anyway.
I think it's important to understand that the role of a Governor General is to represent and bring Canadians together. And every Governor General arrives with their perspective and their stories, but devotes themselves to uniting the country and serving the country. And the issue of reconciliation, which is one that doesn't just touch Indigenous people in this country, but touches all Canadians, and that all Canadians have a role to play in, is going to be an issue on which our new Governor General will be able to lead and serve as she has throughout her entire life. Le rôle de la gouverneure générale est extrêmement important pour rassembler les Canadiens, pour représenter le Canada et pour amener les Canadiens à mieux se comprendre et mieux se reconnaître. C'est ce que Mme Simon a fait tout au long de sa vie, de bâtir des ponts entre Nord et Sud, entre autochtones et non-autochtones, et elle va amener cette perspective à ce rôle important en tant que gouverneur général. Mais la réconciliation n'est pas quelque chose pour un gouvernement ou seulement pour les peuples autochtones. C'est quelque chose qui implique tous les Canadiens, particulièrement même les non-autochtones. Et je sais que la perspective et le leadership et le service de Mme Simon va nous amener un pas de plus sur le travail qu'il faut faire pour bâtir un pays encore meilleur.
Hi, thank you. Stephanie Taylor with the Canadian Press. Prime Minister, how is the vetting process different this time around than the last time? And Ms. Simon, how do you plan to restore any trust that has been broken in Rideau Hall?
We brought together a group of eminent Canadians to reach out and consult with a wide swath of people from coast to coast to coast to make recommendations, to propose people who would be outstanding in this role. And I think there was close to 100 different names vetted and reflected on before this group got to a small number of incredible Canadians who could serve. The responsibilities of the office, the capacity to both lead and serve, an approach that is anchored in humility and thoughtfulness in everything they do was some of the top things that we looked at, and it was obvious that Mary Simon embodied all those qualities of leadership and service. I am certain that the work being done by the professionals who work at Rideau Hall, the outstanding public servants, will be continuing to be strong and essential for this country under the outstanding leadership of Ms. Simon.
I will have an opportunity in the coming days to obtain a full briefing from the Secretary to the Governor-General, Ian McCowan, and I look forward to learning in more detail about the office and our team at Rideau Hall, with whom I am very much looking forward to working alongside. And as Governor-General, I am fully committed to setting and maintaining the highest standard of work ethics in all aspects of my duty, and I take very seriously my role as champion for the cultural and linguistic diversity that makes Canada unique. So I'm very much looking forward to the briefing. I'm very new, so I don't have extensive responses for you in these issues today.
Bonjour, Christian Noël de Radio-Canada, bonjour. Au Premier ministre Trudeau, première fois que vous nommez qu'une autochtone Inuk se retrouve au poste de GG. Je ne suis pas sûr d'avoir bien compris exactement, vous avez dit que c'est symbolique, quel message vous voulez envoyer en faisant ça? And for Ms. Simon, if I may, I kind of have a two-barreled question. I hope you would forgive me. First of all, how do you reconciliate being the head of state representative of the Queen and being Indigenous? And can you talk, if you may, about possibly experience of racism that you might have lived through your life, and how you expect that this might help Governor General in her function? Thank you.
Merci, Christian. Tout d'abord, oui, le rôle de gouverneur général dans notre système parlementaire est symbolique, mais c'est aussi un rôle extrêmement important. C'est un rôle qui se doit de rassembler les Canadiens, de démontrer une identité et une vision qui amène les Canadiens à mieux se connaître, à mieux se voir au-delà de la politique. Elle représente la reine du Canada et elle est une personne qui est là pour souligner et célébrer les exploits et le travail des Canadiens qui accomplissent des choses extraordinaires dans le service de notre pays. On est, en tant que pays, en train de passer des moments extrêmement difficiles de réflexion sur notre histoire avec les pensionnats autochtones, mais aussi sur les impacts que cette histoire a dans notre présent et dans notre avenir. Et d'avoir quelqu'un qui a dévoué sa vie à cette réconciliation, à expliquer le Nord aux gens du Sud, à partager ses expériences en tant qu'autochtone avec les non-autochtones, je pense que c'est quelqu'un qui va amener une perspective, un poids, des capacités importantes pour le pays en ce moment de réflexion et de croissance.
I don't see a conflict because as the Queen's representative of Canada, in Canada, I am very concerned about the circumstances that led to some of the events that we are seeing today. I do understand, as an Indigenous person, that there is pain and suffering across our nation. And as I said in my remarks, we need to stop to fully recognize and memorialize and come to terms with the atrocities of our collective past that we are learning more about each day. But when I was asked whether I would take on this important role, I was very excited, and I felt that this was a position that would help Canadians, together with Indigenous peoples and Canadians working together, which we call reconciliation, but bringing people together to understand our unique histories, our unique culture, and our way of life. And I think if people understand each other in this way and respect one another, that this is what we call reconciliation. And it's a lifelong experience. It's a journey, and the past is something that we have to come to terms with, but I am going to look forward to ensure that Canadians together will build a better Canada. And I think that is my important role.
Hey, Glenn McGregor, CTV News. Ms. Simon, as my colleague mentioned, a lot of people have lost confidence in and are questioning the role of the Governor General and above and beyond its constitutional requirements. What do you see the job as that you're about to take, and what are your objectives as you head to Rideau Hall? What do you want to accomplish?
As the new Governor General, I will be sitting with many people at Rideau Hall and Canadians to develop a vision that is a vision for all Canadians. But personally, my vision is to work in a way that allows for the freedom of people to express who they are and to build a Canada that is working together, not against each other. And I think that I see a maybe not in my lifetime, but I see a very bright future for our children and grandchildren if we can start to renew our relationships at the same time respecting the human rights and the atrocities that have happened in the history of Canada. And hopefully we will develop a relationship where this will never happen again.
Thank you. That concludes today's press conference.
Merci beaucoup.